see. Obviously, Epsilon going forward. They then beat Denial. I don't know, they lost to Denial. They're in the losers break. They're playing TCM at the moment, currently 2-1 up.
Yeah, that's going on over on the featured station.
Yep.
Lobby is getting joined up. We're waiting on 2 more players to join. In Detroit, Hardpoint going to be map number 1. This, by far, is the map that I'm most excited for all weekend long. You can see on your screen there, Denial versus Faze, the winner's bracket final. The winner moves on to the grand final to play for $40,000.
They most certainly do. Looking at the bottom half of that bracket, Faze versus Isolation Empire. Faze took that fairly comfortably. We thought they would as well. I mean, to be honest with you, Faze, in my opinion, haven't been tested as much as I'd like to see. However, saying that as well, Faze still, there have been points where it's been closer than it needed to be.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And one thing that we've noticed here with this squad is if Zuma and Attach are firing on all cylinders for Faze, they look very, very strong. On the other side of things, this Denial team is looking impeccable, to say the least. They dropped that series versus G4G, but outside of that, they have been a monster squad this weekend.
They most certainly have. The players are just getting into the lobby as well. Predictions for this one, Courage?
The maps we're going to be seeing, Detroit Hardpoint, honestly, I don't even want to make a prediction for this. This could really just go either way in this game. Solar S&D will be second. Biolab Uplink will be game 3. Solar Hardpoint game 4. And then finally ending it with Riot, Search, and Destroy. Solar S&D, that's an interesting one for me because I actually really love how this Faze team plays that map. It's more or less just Zuma, just runs around, tries to get a first blood. If it's working well for them, they keep doing it. If not, then that's Attach's job. On the other side of things, though, Denial does such a great job of trading. The key for me on that map is if Zuma can get the first blood and get away, or if Denial is able to kill him before he's able to strike.
I'm trying to figure it out in my head who I think is the stronger team here, and right now I think the stronger team is Faze.
Yeah.
However, I think the chemistry and kind of teamwork on Denial could be a counter to them. They could be able to just trade this away, go head-to-head with them, go toe-to-toe. I don't think Faze have been really tested, really put under that much pressure to kind of try and actually put it together. So, you know, me, the head says Faze, so I'm wondering, I'm trying to work out the score here. I'm leaning towards a 3-1.
Yeah, that's...
For some reason, I've got this voice saying, screaming 3-0, and I don't know why. I've got that much confidence in Faze.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll have to see. That would be game 2, the Solar Search and Destroy. Then Biolab Uplink, game number 3. Biolab Uplink and Biolab Search and Destroy, 2 maps I feel like I haven't seen too much this weekend. No. Really looking forward to that game. Really going to come down to the Temp and Slasher versus Enable and Clayster battles with those BALs by that drone point. You need to make sure you can control either purple or blue to then let your subs push out and grab the objective.
Yeah, like I said, I'm always trying to work out matchups here and how the players are going to play versus each other.
Yeah.
Who are the key factors? Who are the key players coming into this here? Denial, they have looked a little bit shaky earlier on. They go first day. They lost to G4G. No, they didn't. Sorry. I'm trying to point out that everything in the book, everything on paper says Faze here.
Yeah.
But I don't want to count out Denial. It's a very difficult one to call here.
Absolutely. I think replays is also going to be a major factor. Can his sub shot keep up to that of Attach, that of Zuma, inside the hard point? Going to be absolutely crucial for him to be able to at least trade a kill, because that's what we've seen time and time again with replays on whichever team it was, the old Denial or this new Denial. If he's double negative inside the hard point to start a game and really not winning any gunfights, it just gets out of hand for his team. The score just starts stacking up for the opponents. And really, it just comes down to if he can stay alive in that objective and let the rest of his squad slay around him. There's a look at Denial in the booth. We're waiting on one final player to join in before starting this match up. Brycey, Championship Sunday, which team has really impressed you? Who do you think has a chance to make a run for this grand final?
I think Faze. I think we're seeing Faze in the grand final. Now, do Optic keep winning? Do they keep winning? Do they get all the way through? And then do they win the grand final? Because now they have to beat, if the hypothetical scenario of Faze being in that grand final against Optic Gaming, something that was predicted at the very beginning of the weekend. If that happens, Optic have to beat them in a 2 best-of-5s.
That would be quite the treat. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 between Denial and Faze starting up right now. Let's take a look at the 2 teams we're going to be seeing in this matchup. First up on your screen, Denial Esports.
There you can see him. You know what? These animated so good.
I want to talk about them, but I also want to like watch and enjoy the great intro cards. One of my favorite parts of the UMG production side of things. Hook replays Temp and Slasher. Hook, the breakout Season 1 player for the MLG League. Temp, the breakout Season 2 player for the league. And Slasher, since the start of AW, has been a force to be reckoned with. And this whole squad is led by replays. On the other side of the booths, you have Faze Clan, Attach, Enable, Clayster, and Zuma, one half of the World Championship squad that has come over here from Denial. This squad looking fierce as ever. I was talking to Clayster outside. He said, you know, a lot of people give Zuma and Attach and myself a ton of props, but Enable is our rock that keeps us together. He's so consistent. He's always positive in game, in communications. Look for Enable to keep the squad in check.
Jumping on with Clayster, he picks up a two-piece straight away. What a rip to start this one off. However, it has been traded now, and both teams are just going to be fighting for this. Clayster's still alive from the very beginning, looking for his third kill as well. The only reason his teammates are actually able to get as much ground as they are trying to gain here. Still alive. Now 4. Not able to get the 5th.
Clayster doing all he can to hold down the middle of that map. Unfortunately for him, his teammates were 0-6 to start off the game. Finally now getting on the board are those players. 12-0 lead for Denial. The break coming from Attach.
Attach will actually go down almost straight away. Jumping on board with Denial. Temp is the man I'm going to take a look at here. It's coming close to the rotation time. You can see the guys from Faze are the ones actually in a better position to go for it. However, that player, who is it? It's Replays going all the way through school. I don't think... Oh, look at that. He's got the spawn. He got the spawn for them.
Replays got his teammate the spawn. Now a couple crucial gunfights are going to come down here at the back trailer area. Temp picking up the two-piece. One with the beatdown, the other one with the ASM-1. Enable, though, takes out Replays, and that's what I was talking about prior to this matchup starting. Replays, he's a great overall player. He's a fantastic objective player. But one thing that he really does lack compared to some of these other teams is the overall gun skill. He's incredible overall, but man, if his shot is not on point, it's going to hurt Denial in the long run.
On board with Slasher as he tries to hold this one down here. Faze have been pushed out of that spawn eventually. It took them a long while to do it. Picks up the two-piece, and that's really going to slow them down. They now have to push elbow. I don't think they're going to do it. They're going to have to take the long way around, but it's going to burn so much time. It will almost be time for rotation. So are they going to force elbow? I think they are.
Slasher just died off his 6th streak, and right now, Replays starting the game at 1-8. The score is almost all tied up as Faze is going to get that scrap time.
For an elbow force, that works surprisingly well. A lot of time they actually managed to get back by taking the risky route. Now, Enable moving in here. This is a rotation kill. It's very important. Can he make it? No. Decides to pre-fire both. Wasn't able to make it. Clayster looking to push the spawns out with his squad. Goes for Temp. Has to hit the reload. His teammate will clean that one up. And now here comes a pinch. The big flood coming in from Faze.
Clayster actually kills his teammate there with that nade. Beautiful movement to get in the window, and he just rips Slasher right in two. Temp, though, breaking the hard point, 44-42 at the moment. Both squads going back and forth, Brycey, just like we predicted.
Yeah, they are really just going toe-to-toe here, and so close, actually, between these two squads. Now, look at that Hugh trying to push the lane out, desperately keeping Faze away from him, but 3 kills have gone down. Temp will be left alone on the hill. Down he goes as well as Faze will clean that one out. And now it's going to be a hard break for Denial to try and get this one back. Bearing in mind the rotation is coming up as well, you can already see, I think that's Replays who's keeping that in mind.
If I'm a fan of Denial, I'm content with the spot they're in at the moment with Replays struggling so hard. He's 3-11. The game is still tied up. If he can start getting some kills inside the hard point, getting those captures and those breaks, I fully expect Denial to take the lead. But at the moment, Faze is on the aggressive. Can they break the hill?
Replays ready. He knows they don't have the spawn. He knows Faze is going to come in strong.
Yeah.
Going for the pre-fire, holding it down. Attach is going to come through. He has to hit that reload. Does manage to get it. His teammates coming in as well. Will eventually clean it up. They rebuff the first attack here from Faze Gaming, and they've put 20 points on the board as well.
This is all Replays has to do. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Right now, inside the hard point, able to pick up 2. Guess what? He bought his team enough time to continue spawning up and getting in a decent enough position. Finally, the best of Faze gets the flank on Denial. We have ourselves a tied game yet again, Brycey, as we begin to move towards the school hill.
Look at that, massively pushing out the lanes now. There's a big kill down. Clayster has to go back. Elbow is open. He should be shot in the back here, but no, doesn't get either kill. Pulls it before he can pick up that kill on the hill when he tries to turn around. And now they're going to be fighting towards school. 88-80 at the moment here, Courage, as we move into the last hill of this rotation.
Denial on the rotation yet again. They had the first one with the garage hill. They have the second one there in back yellow, finally on school. They're here in early control. The break from Zuma, that's another perfect example. A one-on-one between Replays and Zuma, a must-win for Replays. Now he's given Faze a 10, 15, almost 20-second swing, and his teammate has lost full control.
Look at this, Faze now slaying out. They just really want this, and it's going to be up to Enable to try and hold this one down. They are all going mid-street. He's going to have pit control. Very importantly, tries to hold this on. It doesn't. Two of them now gone down. Big push coming in from now. Slasher going through fire with his teammate. His teammate goes down attached. Gets a two-piece to deny them. Temp goes in, and they've slayed them out completely again.
A body stack there from Denial was an easy two-piece for the boys on Faze. 5 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. Almost a full 1 minute lead by the end of this scrap time for Faze Clan. If we take a look at the scoreboard, Clay leading the game with 21 kills.
Slowing down, Clay picks up one. Zuma is blocking him as well. He's going to get that with the help of his teammate. And now you can see they're actually pushing back once again from what was a very, very close game on Hill 4. As we hit the second rotation at Hill 1, it's now 146 to 90. Faze are pulling away.
And this is the big thing to point out. As we mentioned prior to this game, Enable. Glacier said he's their most consistent player. He's the one that really just keeps them all in check. Enable sitting at 16 and 14, not doing anything flashy. He's just playing with his squad, working together with them. Really a big reason why they have almost a full 1 minute lead. Clay loses that gunfight up against Slasher. Zuma trying to go and break the hill.
And not going to be able to do it. Let's jump on board with someone from Denial. It's Hook, who's had a really good tournament so far. A lot of people hyping this player up. Can he start to go massive and bring back this 55-point deficit? Watching him in school, does manage to pick up one. It's now about time the rotation's going to be coming in, but no, at the moment it is in favor of Faze.
Yeah, I'm honestly Hook's biggest fan. He's just a player who gets his job done, never involved in the drama, always working to better himself. Since he began his breakout in the scene, he's only improved. Expect to see him be a force in the Call of Duty scene for years to come.
Excellent. Oh, great pre-fight, great awareness there by Enable. He's going to have to try and take that second kill. Look at this. Getting in, gets the second one. Can he get the third? Oh, my goodness, Enable holding down the hill against all comers.
I mentioned before, not doing anything flashy. Well, there he gave you a little sample of what he is capable of. Sitting inside that hard point, making sure Faze still holds that 1 minute lead. Beginning to put shots down on the green alley. Gets naded, I believe it was actually by his teammate. 3 players pushing through that back trailer area. Let's see if Faze can hold them off.
Again, it's Enable going to be left alone, and there's so many people coming. Look at all 3 of them pushing him. Not able to get a big spray there. Will eventually drop down. But it's only scrap time. They're really going to be able to get one last push coming in from Faze here before they have to consider the rotation. Enable goes in. He does also go down. They should have this locked here. They're trying to force elbow. It very rarely works when you do. However, they've got in so far. Zuma's managed to break in. Zuma's holding it down. Let's jump on board with him.
And yet again, Zuma winning that one gunfight inside the hill. He does it time and time
again. That's the second time Faze have done that. When they only had a chance for one more push, they forced elbow. Fantastically hard to do.
It's almost like an Optic gaming strategy where they just utilize their brute force and gun skill. And honestly, it's a statement. When facing a team like Denial, Slasher, Hook, and Temp are 3 of the players that come to mind with just overall best slayers in all of AW. 210 to 126. The lead continues
left alone again
to expand. Enable inside this hard point. He winds up falling. Takes 3 players, though, to get him out of it.
Now Slasher pushing out ramp here. He's going to go down. It's Hook who cuts him in half. Heavily tagged up as well now. Faze is going to be entering the site. However, the pinch is not going to go down. They're going to have to force ramp. Hook is there. He's going to try and get one. No, Replay shuts him straight down. Temp now pushing towards ramp. He's got 2 to beat as well. Clayster will take him. Replays as well. Every single member of Faze just making those gunfights.
This is all Zuma has done for this Faze team time and time again. He's the entry killer. He just always knows exactly where to predict the enemy players. He knows that, hey, if I have a teammate that goes in and dies first, I will be able to clean up any of the remaining opponents. With 1 minute and 50 seconds left, Faze is up by 80 seconds prime to take map number 1. How many times? I mean, how many times is he going to do it? Make it 3? Oh, there it is. Jesus, Zuma.
No bullets, no matter. He has to reload that clip as well. Trying to get it is going to go down as he tried to hit the head glitch. Clayster watching elbow as well with his squad. They're going to flood this one out. Big kill there actually coming for Enable to lock it down, so they have to rotate. They should be able to end this right here if they continue to make the kills they are making. Attach is going to be in the hill as well. They're now starting to get a little bit of a push. It looks like Denial are done.
Yeah, they're going to try one last push through Green Alley. They've slowed down 249, 250. Game number 1 going to Faze. Brycey, after 3 hills, it was neck and neck, but then the Clayster show started. Here he is in your final kill cam, finishing 39 and 26.
Unbelievable. It was so tight. I was expecting to go the entire way.
Yeah.
Hill 5 score. They just started to pull. They just started to pull away more and more points, and it kept happening. So few points actually going in. I think they only, it was just a very low actual kind of score from these guys.
Yeah.
And you got to say that things like Enable pulling off massive kills in the hill. Zuma consistently pulling off 2 pieces on entry fragging.
Yeah.
And then you got Clayster cutting it down. Attached did his job as well. He was in there just getting the kills where he needed to. It was a showcase from Faze.
You know, Bryce, prior to that series starting, we brought up some main topics to look at in these teams. We said, watch Enable. As a consistent player, he'll just always drop a decent amount of numbers, but always make sure his team wins. There, he had 7 captures, 27 and 23. We said Clayster could hold down the middle of the map and clear those lanes for his subs, finishing 39 and 26. You can't ask for a better game. We said Zuma would be the one to get the entry kills, the 2 pieces to break the hard point and get it in control of Faze. He did just that. On the other side of things, we said Replays cannot afford to go double negative. 15 and 29 is not going to cut it. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 going to Faze. Up next, after this quick commercial break, we'll have Solar Search and Destroy.